guys, I'm Leon and welcome back to another speed build, and I'm back building another house. So this one is a bit smaller home than my last one. It is built on a lot 20 by 30, so it's a rather decently sized home. It's not too big and it's not too small, so it kind of has that nice middle there, which is pretty nice. And this one is we're back in Willow Creek, so this is where this is where goths used to live, but I kicked them out because I needed that spot. I was like, get out of here, and they went. So pretty much, it's not like they had a choice or something, but it was definitely a really fun thing. So yeah. Anyway, so this home looks, if you haven't already seen by a thumbnail, to me it looks really similar to my previous build. It looks really similar. It has a really similar style to it, but it's different because this one, I think this is my very first home ever that has a split level, so that's nice. So the entire living room is sunken, so it has a really nice split level. As you can see right now, I'm creating the said speed level. Lol. I meant to say split level, but I was start to say speed level, and I don't know. So pretty much. Anyway, it looks really nice. One of my favorite things about this house is that it has a two-story bookshelf. So it's gonna be really nice. It is a two-story living room. It's gigantic for, I think it might be a little too much for a house that size, but I wanted to add it in. I just couldn't help it, and I did. So that's pretty much what happened at the end. It has this house has two bedrooms. Sorry, 2 bathrooms, 1 office area, 1 dining room, 1 kitchen, 1 living room, and that's about it. And 1 entrance, because you know that's important, and 1 balcony, which is in the master bedroom, which you will see later on. So that's pretty much it about this house. Also, there's something I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about going back to Sims 3 a little bit to create some homes in Sims 3 maybe, because if you don't remember my very first video, if you've been there since the very beginning, thank you very much. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I started off my channel with a Sims 3 house build, and since then I made 1 house build, and that was it. There was only 1 speed build in Sims 3 that I did. After that I moved on to Sims 4, and after that I just never really went back into Sims 3. So I was thinking about going back now, maybe make a couple of homes. I'll still make Sims 4 builds, but right now there's kind of a news drought that's coming back in the Sims 4 world, so I'm not sure what to do about that, because I really lack some new furniture and stuff. That's why my homes look really similar to one another, because I have nothing else to use. So I'm gonna blame that on EA and the Sims team. So better release something soon, because I'm moving back to Sims 3. I'm kidding. I mean, I'll still play Sims 4, but I really want to start making some things in Sims 3, because there are a lot of things that are good about Sims 3. For an example, you have constrained floor elevation, which is something that I want in Sims 4. You can do so much with it. It's a really powerful cheat. And you have train tool, which is another thing that Sims 4 lacks in. And yeah, and not to mention creator style and other stuff that are really I'm sad up that they haven't made their comeback in Sims 4, but that's just how things are. Now, I just dumped on some news earlier today, actually, before I started recording this commentary, about this 3rd expansion pack for Sims 4, because Gamescom happened yesterday, and on 16th. And there were no Sims 4 announcements. I mean, the Sims team already confirmed that they will be not holding any announcements at the Gamescom press event. So yeah, I really hope, because it's been like almost 4 months since any new Sims 4 news came out. So they're really quiet, and not to mention that the last expansion pack was released last year, so we really need some more content. I need a new expansion pack, that's all that I want, just a new expansion pack. Talking about that expansion pack, there was some things leaked online. There might be a third expansion pack that might be called Life in the City. So I don't know what they're going with that. Maybe they're going with the sort of Sims 3 late night type of thing, where you have like the Sims 3 Bridgeport type of world. That's my favorite town or world inside Sims 3. But another guess is that I really hope it will be something like Sims 2 Apartment Life, because that was a really nice expansion pack. I really enjoyed it. And it was really nice because you could have you can actually have apartments in Sims 2 Apartment Life. And that's something I want, because I really want to build apartments for like 4 families to move in. That would be really nice to build an actual apartment block. Now I can still do this right now in Sims 4, but it's not gonna be very functional. So that's why I want something like apartment lifestyle expansion pack, where you can move multiple families inside of one lot. That would be amazing. Please, EA, please, I'm begging you, do something like that. If anyone from the Sims team happens to be watching this, that's my request, pretty much. You should consider it at least once at your what's it called, at your brainstorming or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, this is the balcony. It's a bit smaller one for the master bedroom, but really that's all I could really fit. Yeah. And also a cool fact about this house is this is the first house I think that I made in Sims 4 that was planned out before it was built. If you didn't really watch the video at the beginning, then yeah. If you just skipped the beginning, you will notice. If you didn't skip the beginning, oh my god, I can't speak today. Why do I have a feeling I say that every single time? Because I do. Yep. So you would notice that my a home build is at the beginning, before I started furnishing, was really fast. That's because I already had everything planned out on a piece of graph paper, which is really nice. I noticed that instead of having long, like, normally I would start recording and then I would start thinking about, what should I do? And then I spent like 30 minutes just thinking about nothing. So it's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So instead I could take like a whole week to just plan everything out on a piece of paper, and then I just record and bring that into the game. There's no time that's wasted, pretty much. Which also leaves me less things to edit, which is also another really nice thing, because I don't have to worry about every single second in the video to make sure whether it fits or not, whether that's too long on waiting. I don't have to cut it out. Everything's just there. There's no stopping. There might be some stops, so if I change my music while I'm listening to it, while I'm building. But other than that, there were really no stops in this build, which is really nice. It was all just one whole thing. Just had everything on a piece of paper, even furniture down. Just put all of that in the game. Just the only thing that was still quite that still took quite some time is because I was picking which piece of furniture to choose. Although there's not a lot, but there's still things that look good and don't look good at all. So that's another thing that took a little while. Let's say here, for say, I didn't like this first piano that I put, so I had to choose another one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I do know the layout where each object has to go. The only problem is I don't know which style of that object should go there. So that's something that's not on the piece of a graph paper. which is a little unfortunate. And this is where this bookshelf comes to life. I think this is just great. I really love this bookshelf, and I think it's gonna be fantastic. Now here I want to join another smaller bookcase next to it, just to fill the entire wall, but instead I will be adding cabinets or cupboards in here instead, because that didn't really join up perfectly as I wanted it to. And this actually joined out pretty perfectly, so that's great. I changed everything to black just because it turned out to look better than white, because these cupboards didn't really look good with these blue highlights at the top. So I decided to go with black, which is all one color. It's gray and black, there's no color on it, so that's what I liked. And moving on, this is the dining room slash bar area, so there is a fully functional bar there as well. And here I spent some time choosing chairs. First I went with these beautiful clear chairs, which I really love. I would really love to have those in real life, but they didn't really fit, because I wanted something that has some sort of color. So I went with these white and orange chairs. For those who don't know me already, I love mismatched chairs. They're a part of my life, pretty much. And yeah, putting a carpet down, and there'll also be some cool things behind in the background on the wall, which will be really nice. They're sort of cubes or squares rather. That will be there. That will look really nice because they're different color, and they really do add up on the wall. So it's not really plain and empty. It looks that it's meant to be there. It looks fairly detailed and stuff and things. Here, choosing the doors for the kitchen, and we're gonna hop into the kitchen. Hoppity hoppity we go. So I went with these nice white and blue. I think I went with yellowish tiles. These are really huge tiles. That's because that's why I chose them. I think they look really nice, and yeah, add some sort of color, because the whole kitchen is just black and white. Maybe maybe like one shade of gray on the wall. That was supposed to be a joke. You were supposed to laugh at jokes, but uncomfortable silence is just perfectly fine as well. So putting cupboards down. These really nice thin cupboards. I don't love to make them really big when there's really not much space for it. And that's all for the kitchen. I'll be adding a bamboo pot there, because I really love these bamboo trees. I think they look really nice. Some lights on the ceiling, and back to the dining room we go. So I'm gonna finish off this area a little bit with some island dish things here, just putting an island piece there, the end piece. Now there's nothing really much too special about this right area, other than it's just there for looks. I do add a bowl of fruit, but that's pretty much it. So it's just there to fill in that corner that was there, and I didn't really know what to put in. So that's what's there pretty much. Here I was thinking about just putting one column and having this other two squares empty, so you can kind of see through, but I didn't like that idea, but that just didn't work. Here I'm just choosing different paintings to go there. Also, one more request, EA, please more abstract paintings, please. I really love abstract paintings, but unfortunately there's not a lot of them. So I would really love if that could be turned into a reality, please and thank you. Now here, this is what I'm talking about, these squares. You can see I chose white, black, and dark brown. I think they go quite well, and that's yeah, there go. That's the ball of fruit I was talking about before. It's pretty good. It's pretty important. You gotta get your vitamins up. And here I was just experimenting with windows. these tall windows just stay, they don't change. I don't know why I was trying something different, they don't change. And yeah. So this is the office area. Nothing too special about that. We have a desk and 2 chairs and a third chair if you count the main chair where you sit in front of the computer, and a slablet that's there. You gotta remember that. There's another bookcase as well. It's a nice, spacious, and really modern thing. It's a thing. Yeah. It's not a thing. It's a yeah. It's a bookcase. So yeah, moving on. Here I'll be putting chairs down, and that's gonna be it. Next we're gonna move into the master bedroom. We're gonna furnish. Also, one nice thing that I forgot to mention was that this house from the outside is very minimalistic, so there's not a lot of landscaping going on. So that's another thing that I really like about it, is there's not a whole bunch of trees and shrubs and plants all around the exterior of the house. Instead, there's just a couple of them, and I think they look really nice. They don't make the area cramped. They're spread out nicely, and it's very minimalistic from outside. So that's all I'm gonna say right now. And that's pretty much it for the video. Also, moving back to the Sims 3 thing, let me know if you would like to see some Sims 3 speed builds. I would definitely appreciate the feedback. I might make one and see where we go from there, see if people like it or not. Because I have so many ideas for homes, but unfortunately I can't do them in Sims 4, because Sims 4 is quite limited to the things that I imagined I would do. So yeah, let's say constrained floor elevation would be required for these homes. Sims 4 doesn't have those. Terrain tool, also Sims 4 doesn't have those. Cliffs, also Sims 4 doesn't have those. Create a style, also Sims 4 doesn't have those, or that rather. So oops, I hit my microphone again. So that's one reason why I would want to go back to Sims 3. Also, my normal playstyle would be, I would spend around, let's say, I would spend more in build mode than in actual live mode inside of any Sims games. I just love build mode so much. And when I play, I normally just build inside of Sims 4. Or Sims 3 or Sims 2, or even Sims 1 for no apparent reason. And, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, and now, for the past month, things have been a little bit differently. Normally it was like 60% build mode, 40% like gameplay live mode thing. But this time, for the past month, it's been really different for Sims 4. I wasn't building that much, surprisingly. I've been just playing like live mode, which now turned 60% for live mode and 40% for build mode. So definitely a huge impact for lack of content inside of the game. So I hope that will be resolved soon, hopefully with the next expansion pack, which will come like in a year and a half probably. So I don't know what happened to the Sims 3 style of releases. It was like 2 expansion packs and 2 stuff packs a year. Now we get 6 stuff packs a year and 1 expansion pack every 2 years. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if just the Sims marketing team has just gone, if they're just drunk or something, but they're not good as they used to be, definitely, for sure. So either that, or they've all been, what I'm hoping for is that all stuff pack, expansion pack, and game pack teams are now working in one team to make something like a giant DLC or something together. And that's why they can't talk about anything, because that's the only thing they're doing right now, and they can't talk about it yet. So I'm hoping when the time comes, the new DLC will be big and something that's gonna put a smile on people's faces. I don't want another get together. It was not a good expansion pack. It was, don't get me wrong, it was a really nice expansion pack, but to be honest, I was expecting more from it. So that's just my opinion. But I still do love the expansion pack. I love the Windenburg, but it just, a whole expansion pack just for making groups together, it doesn't really make sense to me. So I hope it won't come to that again anytime soon. Also, remember you can download this house from the Sims 4 gallery. There will be a link to that in the description down below. So if you're interested, you can go and check it out. Also, for any screenshots that have been excluded from this video, you can check out, there will be a link to the Google Drive folder down below, so you can go and check it out. And just putting some finishing touches, and we're gonna move into the screenshots in 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go. A perfect timing. Ha! I am just so good at timing. This is beyond everything. So this is how the house, this is how the finished product looks like, and again, I forgot to move the mailbox because I really don't care about it too much. Yeah, so that happened. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and don't forget to leave a comment below telling me what you think about this video. Also, consider supporting me by clicking the beautiful subscribe button below and share this video with your friends on social media. And I just noticed that the time to do the outro will be right about now. So I might have made it too soon, a couple of seconds soon, but anyway, this is the office area. It looks really nice. This is the master bedroom. Have 2 plants on either side, and there's a really nice plants on either side, which is really nice. These are the floor plants. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy simming.